Hello everyone, I am Robson. I'm your trainer for Microsoft. Today we are going to learn about Microsoft Office Word Home tab. So let me go straight to the Home tab of Microsoft Office so that we can start our discussion right away from here. Whenever we talk about the Home tab of Microsoft Office, it is just like the default tab of Microsoft Office Word. So each and every time that we launch the application, it always brings us straight to this home tab. So within the home tab here, we will find that we have got commands that have been classified into groups. We have got the clipboard group, we have got the font group, we have got the paragraph group, and then we have got the styles group, and finally we have got the editing group. So all these groups have got commands that are interrelated to each other. In other words, these groups are interrelated to each other. So we are going to start right away with the clipboard group. Whenever you just hear this term clipboard, each and every time that you copy something or you cut something from Microsoft Office Word, what you have cut always resides within the clipboard temporarily before you have pasted it to another location. Here we just have got some options here. We've got cut, we have got copy, we have got format painter, and then we have got paste. So let us first try to see how we can be able to understand these terms or apply them practically. So here I am going to have some sentences. So the statement or the sentence that I've decided to type in here is this very sentence that you have seen here. So I would like to show you how you can use the cut and then how you can use the copy options. Whenever you are to copy something, it is just like you're trying to replicate or you want to duplicate that sentence. So right now, if we want to have another sentence of these same wordings, we will just have to copy it. You just have to select it and then you will click on copy. So right now that we have already clicked on copy, we have copied this document already. So this sentence is right now residing in the clipboard temporarily. So it is until we go and then we paste this sentence to another line. So to paste it, you will just right click and then you will click on paste, or you can also just use the keyboard shortcut key of Ctrl V on your keyboard, and then it is going to paste for you. So pasting is just like you want to write whatsoever you have copied in your clipboard to another location. So apart from just copying, we also have the cut option. So for you to cut something, it is just like you want to move it to another location. So cutting is not going to leave a copy of what you want to cut. So right now you want to cut this from this location. It means it is just like you want to move this sentence from here to another location. If I right click on it and then I click on a cut. So let me first highlight it, then you will right click on it and then you will click on cut. I'm going to move my cursor to another location where I want to paste this or rewrite it in another location. So when I press Ctrl V, it is going to paste this into another location. So those are just some of the options here within the clipboard group. Oh, not forgetting this format painter option. So let me just add another sentence here. So right now we have this format painter that is here. So let's first apply some formattings on this sentence one of the document, or our first line of the document. So maybe I want to make it bold, or I also want to underline it like that, and then I want to change the font color also, maybe to another font. Maybe I want to change it to perhaps maybe this color. Oh, this is green. So right now there is already some formattings that we have applied to this line, or to that particular sentence. So right now maybe we want this second line to look exactly the same as this. So in other words, I want this line to be having the same formatting as this first line. So I can use Format Painter to transfer the formattings that I have on this sentence to the next sentence that I want to have a similar formatting as the previous one. So to use Format Painter to transfer formattings from this section to this section, all you have to do is you have to first of all select that area whose formatting you want to transfer to another location. And then you will have to come and click on Format Painter. So right now you will be having this symbol of a brush, which will allow us to brush the formattings that are in this other section of the document to another section of the document. So all you will have to do is you will just come and left click and drag your mouse across that paragraph or that particular line. So when you release your left click, that section will be having a similar formatting as the previous one. Instead of you just going through all the steps that you had taken to format these, you can just directly transfer all those bunch of formattings all at once to this line. So let us move to the font group. So within the font group here, we will be having some commands that we can also apply on the fonts of our document to make our document look maybe a little bit neat and much more professional. So here I want to be having at least some multiple lines, or I want to be having a bigger document. So let me just use this code to generate that. Even you in your when you have run out of time and then you want to be having at least some document for just practice, you can just decide to use this command inside Microsoft Office Word. Alright, so I have auto-generated some document here. It is a one-page document, and this is the number of words that is making it up. So I want us to be able to look at the functionalities of these commands that are making up the font group. So the first thing that we are going to look at is how we can make a text to be bold. So whenever we just talk of boldening a text, it's just like we want it to appear when it is looking bigger, or when it is looking thick. Maybe this entire thing is about a tale from the book or from a novel, and the novel is The Lion and the Jewel. So I have decided to write this here. So right now we want to apply some formatting onto this particular line or onto this particular paragraph, so that it is going to look unique from the content of the document, simply because this is maybe the subject, and then all these are the content maybe. So to do that, you just have to ensure that you highlight this, and then you will come and click on this B symbol within the font group. So when you click on it, it is going to make this document to be bold, or it is going to make that selected line to be bold. So for some reasons also, you may wish to put a text in italic or in a slanting kind of format. So all you're supposed to do is to select that particular text. If it is a word, you will select that word, So if it is an entire line, you will select that entire line, or perhaps it could even be a paragraph, so you can select it also. So right now, let's assume that it is this entire paragraph. So we want it to be in a slanted kind of format or in italic. So you will just highlight it and you will come and click on this I symbol. So when you click on it, it is going to turn this to be in italic or in a slanted kind of format. So let's also try to see, perhaps if we were not to make this to be bold, we could have underlined it also. So let's see how we can be able to underline a text also. So what you are supposed to do is you need to highlight that text, and then you will have to come and click on this drop down arrow next to U with a dash underneath it. So when you click on this drop down, you will be able to see that there are different types of underlines that you could apply to that selected text. So let's assume that I want this thick underline. I can just click on it and then it is going to apply. So we also have this option of ABC with a cross on it. So that option is known as strike through. So back then, those days, whenever you were reading maybe a novel, or maybe you were writing something and then you omit some spelling, you could just pick your pen and then you cross through it. So in here, you can also be able to cross through a particular word that you do not want maybe the next person who will be reading your document to make meaning to. So let's assume that this particular line should not have been part of this document. So we can decide to cross it up. So to cross this up, you have to come and click on this ABC option, and then it is going to cross it up. So you can also perform what is known as a double strike through, because this is just a single strike through, because there is only one line that is crossing through this group of words. So maybe you want to cross through a given word with a double cross or a double line. So you can just come and find that option under the drop down arrow for underlines here. You will click on it, and then there is going to be an option for more underlines. So you will click on this more underlines option, and then within this font window, you will be able to find that under effects here, there is going to be this option of double strike through. So when you click on this, it is even going to give a preview of what implication is checking this box going to have on your text or on the selected text. So you will just click on OK, and then it is going to apply to that particular section of your text. So apart from that, also we can be able to change also a number of things from here. We can also be able to change the font of our document. So guys, whenever I talk about a font, I am referring to the different lettering styles. So we can decide our document to be having any lettering styles of our wish. So right now, the one that we are using is Calibri. As you can see from this font section, our document is in a font known as Calibri. So if we wish to change from this font, then we have to first highlight the entire document. So you can press Ctrl A, and then it is going to highlight for you the entire document. So within the font here, you can click on the drop down arrow so that you can be able to see all the different types of fonts. And then as I move my pointer on them, you can also try to see the preview of those fonts on our document. So there are different types of font here, and then you can also use this scroll bar to move down so that you can be able to look at all those fonts, and then you can be able to apply them to your document. So for now, I am just going to click on this Kandara font so that it is going to apply to my document. So this is going to be our font, Kandara, and that is how it looks when you apply to your document. So apart from just that, you can also increase the size of the font. Right now we have looked at how we can be able to change the font of the document. Now let's see how we can be able to increase the size for easy readability. So to do that, you just have to ensure that you have selected that particular text. Let's assume that it is this title, and then you have to come and click on this option, font size. So its arrow is just next to the font section, so you will just click on this font size drop down arrow. So there are different sizes that you can be able to choose from here. So maybe you want to leave it on 20. You can just click on it and then it's going to apply to that. So if you also try to look at the pattern of those font sizes, you'll be able to see that at some point they have skipped some digits in there. Like here we have 11, we have 12, but there is no 13. Instead of 13, there is 14 again. So maybe you want a font size that is intermediate between 12 and 14, then you would just type that one manually within this font size box. You can just type there 13, and then you will hit enter, and then it is going to apply to the selected text or the selected portion of your document. So we have just looked at how we can be able to increase or decrease font size by picking from a list of font sizes. But provided you don't want to use that, there is going to be options here which you can be able to use. Like this one with an arrow pointing upwards is going to allow you to increase or grow your font. So in case I keep clicking on this, the font sizes will keep on increasing. And then if I just keep on clicking on this decrease font size, it is going to keep on decreasing our font size also. So in this case, you will also be able to increase your font sizes, and then you will be able to decrease also your font sizes. So apart from that, you may think of converting a selected text to be in uppercase or lowercase. So right now, maybe you want to switch between cases, in that you want to move from lowercase to uppercase, and then at some point you want your document to be in lowercase, maybe it was in uppercase. So to be able to do that, you have to ensure that you highlight that text, and then you will come and use this option. There is this option with capital A and then lowercase a. So it is known as change case option. So when you click in there, you will be able to find different options, lowercase, uppercase. So when you click on lowercase, it is going to turn the selected text to lowercase. So maybe you want it in uppercase, it is going to convert that to uppercase. Then there are other options, like maybe you want to capitalize each word in the sentence. You can just use that option of capitalize each word, and then each and every word of that sentence is going to be in, to start with a capital letter. So there is also sentence case. Sentence case is just going to take your document back to the case at which you had typed it. So if it is on sentence case, that is going to look like that. So right now I'm going to just leave mine on this option of uppercase just for now, because this is the subject and this is going to be the content that is going to match with this title. So apart from that, also we have an option here, an A plus the symbol of a rubber. This one is known as clear all formatting. So this is going to actually clear all the formattings that you have that initially you had applied to your document. So right now, if you just look at this title, the lion and the jewel. So after we had typed this title, we applied some formatting to it. We changed the font to Kandara, and then we also changed the font size from 11 to 16, and then we have also made it bold. All these are just different formattings that we have applied to this selected sentence or this selected line. So let's assume that we want to get rid of all those formattings and we want to remain with only our regular text. So you will just have to click on this option once, and then it is going to get rid of all the formattings. Right now this selected text is in Calibri, and then the font size is 11. So there is even no underlining, so it means only the formatting have been gotten rid of. So apart from that, let's also try to look at other options down here. So we have this subscript option and superscript. So whenever we talk about a subscript, so whenever we just talk about a subscript, is just a scenario whereby we have a character and then we have a lower we have another character at the lower baseline of that particular character. So let's assume it like this, or let's try to make it like this. So if I just type x, maybe I wanted to type x squared, I am going to type x2 like this. So for me to ensure that this is x squared, I have to apply a formatting for a superscript to these two. So that to make these two be a power of x. So to do that, you just have to ensure you highlight these two, and then you will click on this superscript option, and then it is going to make it a superscript. So when 2 is appearing above x here, it is going to be known as a superscript. But if it is appearing at the lower baseline of x, then it would be a subscript, something like this. This would be a subscript. So those are the two options that are available there: superscript, subscript. So we also have this other option that is here that we need to look at. So maybe you want to add some flair to your text, or you want to give your text some decorative look. Then you can be able to do that using these text effects and typography. So let me just remove this. So I am still going to select this very text that we had formatted previously. So right now I am just going to click on this drop down under text effects and typography. So when I click on that, it is going to give me different options. So you can be able to use any of these to apply to your text or to that selected text. Maybe it is this, you can just click on it. So there are also some other categories under text effects and typography here, like the outline only, how you want the outline of your text to be. You can also be able to choose different colors for that. Then there is also the shadow, how you want the shadows to appear. So you can also be able to choose different perspectives here. Maybe you want an inner shadow. There are these options for inner shadow. You can click on any of them and use it. Maybe you want an outer shadow, or you want just some perspective down here. You can be able to choose any that you feel like. So we also have this other option which is a text highlight color. This one will just allow you to be able to mark points of interest. Maybe as you read through an electronic document, you can be able to mark points of interest. So you can just click on it and then choose the color you want for your text highlighting pen. So maybe you want yellow, you can just click on it, and then maybe this particular chapter contains some sensitive information that the next time you double click on this file and open it, you don't want to miss don't want to miss out on reading this particular paragraph. You can mark it up like that, and then it is going to be looking different from the others. So in that case, you will have applied a text highlighter to this particular section. So there is also this option for a font color. So maybe you want to change the color of your font, because right now our font is in this automatic color, or this black color you can say. So if you want to change the color of your font, you just have to ensure you select that paragraph or that particular line or that group of text. So after you've highlighted it, there is going to be this option down here for font color. You just have to click on that drop down arrow. It is selecting automatic by default. That is why whenever we just launch Microsoft Office Word, all the text that we begin to type will always pop up in this black color. That it is because of the selected color. So you can move your pointer to these colors, and then you can choose the right one for this document. So maybe you love that, you can just click on it and then it is going to apply. So that is how you can be able to use all these commands that are available within the font group. Let's move over to the paragraph group, and then we try to look at all these options that are making up this group. So we are going to start with alignment. So you can be able to align your text within different sections within your page. So by default, whenever we just launch the application, our alignment is always set to the left. That is why each and every sentence or each and every word that you always begin to type in Microsoft Office Word will always start from the left side of your page. So let's assume that now we want to align this to the center of our page. Maybe you just have to come and click here on center your document. So this is center alignment option. So when you click on it, it is going to allow you to position a selected word or a selected group of words to the center of your page. So we also have this other option, align right, which is going to align our document to the right of the page. Then we also have the justified arrangement here, which is just going to allow us to evenly distribute our document within the margins, between the margins, left and right margins. So those are just the alignment options that we have in here. Let me ensure that mine is left aligned. So we also have this option for line and paragraph spacing. So this is going to allow you to choose how much spaces appears in between your lines and paragraphs. So to be able to do that customization, you have to ensure that you have highlighted your document. So right now I've pressed Ctrl A to ensure that I highlight the entire document. So I want to change the spaces that appear in between my lines and paragraphs. So I will just come and click on this option for line and paragraph spacing. So when I click on it, there is going to be different measurements that you can be able to look at which one suits your need. Or you can add spaces before your paragraph or remove some spaces after paragraphs also. So you can just click on any of them that you want to apply to your document. So for this, I am just going to click on 1.5 for my case. For your case, I do not know. You can just click on any that you feel like using. So we also have these other options that are available. Let's assume that you want to apply let's assume that you now want to do some kind of shading to your document. So whenever we just talk about shading, it's just like you want to change the color that is behind the selected text or the color that is behind your document. So to be able to do that, you will just come and click on this option. When you click on it, there is going to be different theme colors that you can apply behind your document. Like this one, maybe gray accent 3 lighter 80%. You can just use that if you feel like using it. So when you click on it, it is going to apply to the document. Then still within the paragraph group, we have this option for borders. So whenever we talk about borders, it's just like you want to apply or you want to insert some boundary around your page. So when you just click on it on this borders option, there is going to be different types of borders. There's bottom border, there's top border, left border, right border, no border, all borders, outside borders, inside horizontal. So all these are different types of borders. But at this point, I want us to focus much more on borders and shading. So I will click on borders and shading, and right now I want us to insert borders around our page. So we are going to be dealing with page border. So you will click on this page border option, and then you will come and click on this box option, because I want it to be a rectangular or a box like boundary around my page. So you can also go ahead and choose the style that you want from these lines if you want to use lines. So maybe you need something like this. So you can also change the color from this option, the color of those borders. So you can also change it, but otherwise if you don't change it, it's going to take a black or automatic. So in here you can be able to choose any color of your wish, but for me I'm going to leave it on automatic. And then you can also be able to change the width also. So when we talk about the width, it is just how thick you want that borders to be, or those line borders to be. So these are some of the options that will allow you to classify how thick you want the borders to be. So let's assume that maybe we want it to be this thick, 3 point. And then now there is this other section of apply to. So this is going to govern where you want to apply borders to. The first option under here is wall document. So when you choose option, this option, it is going to apply to all the documents. Let's assume that you have maybe 5 pages. Then it is going to apply to all those 5 pages. Then we also have this section. We have this section first page only, which means if you have like 5 pages, it's going to apply only on the first page. Then there is this section, all except first page. So this is going to disregard your first page. It is going to apply to all the other pages, and then it is only the first page that it is not going to apply to. So I'm going to just pick on this section first page only, so that it can apply only to my first page. So when I click on that and then I click on OK, it should be able to ensure that we have a boundary, or we have this box like a boundary apply to our document. At the end of it all, we would just call it as a page border. So I'll just click on OK. So when I click on OK, you will be able to see that it has applied these page borders to our document. So that is how you can be able to apply page borders to a document. So you can also remove these page borders by going back to borders and shading. Then you come to page border, and then you will click on none option, and then you will click on OK, and then the page borders are going to go off. There is also a different other type of page borders that you could have used, which is going to be an art. So there are different art designs that are available here that you could have used instead of using the style. So to use the art page borders, you will just come into this art section, and then you will click on this drop down arrow. So when you click on that drop down arrow, there is going to be different designs that you can be able to choose from. Maybe you need something like this, you can just click on it, and then you will click on OK. Then it is going to apply to your document. So this is how it is going to apply to this document. So that is how you can be able to apply borders to your document. Let me just get rid of it also. So let's also try to look at how you can be able to apply bullets to your document. So maybe you have created a document, and then you want to ensure that each and every point within your document is bulleted, so that you can easily note it out that this is a point. So to be able to do that, you just have to ensure that you select your document, and then you will just come and then click on this option. It's known as bullets. So it is going to allow you to create a bulleted list. So you will just click on that, and then there is going to be different types of bullets in here that you could be able to apply to your document. Let's assume that maybe you want to use this. So when you click on it and then you get back to your document, here you'll be able to see that it has been able to apply bullets to your document. So that is how you can be able to apply bullets. So if you want to remove those bullets, just ensure that the bulleted sections are highlighted. Then you will come and click back here. There is going to be this option for none. So when you click on none, it is going to ensure that bullets are off. So you can also number this work up. like point 1, point 2, point 3, like that. So to do that, you will just come and click on this numbering option. So when you just click here, there is going to be different numbering formats that you could have used. So by default, it is always selecting on none. That is why each and everything that you type in Microsoft Office Word here will always be when it is not numbered. You just have to number it manually later. So you can just click on any numbering format that you feel like using. So as I move my pointer on them, you will be able to realize that even from the document, you will be able to see how they are going to apply to that particular document. So maybe I like this number alignment. I can just click on that, and then it is going to apply to this document. So let's also try to look at this multi-level list. So the multi-level list is going to allow you to be able to number your points as you move down or as you type them down. So let me just remove this entire thing. There's a pop-up from Typing Master here, but it's okay. Let's move on. So inside here, maybe I am talking about, I was discussing about some points in here, maybe ways or preventive measures of COVID-19. COVID-19 preventive measures. So let me just type in here, COVID-19 preventive measures, something like that. I want to be sure that this font color is not applying onto that. Let me remove it. So I want it to be a multi-level list in that each and every point that I'm typing down here will always be when it is numbered. After finishing typing point 1, when I press enter to go to the next point, it is going to auto number for me. So to be able to do that, you will just come and then click on this multi-level list. So you will just come and then choose any of the list that you want, the list template that you want to use. So you'll just click on that, and then I can just be typing my point here. Maybe avoid things like avoid crowded places. Right, sorry. Avoid crowded places. Something like that. So when I press enter key to move to another point, it is going to number it for me automatically, and then I can keep typing my point. Something like that. So this is how you will be able to use a multi-level list in this case. So we also have these other options that are available here. This is going to allow you to be able to increase indent and then decrease indent. So this is increasing indent, and then this is decreasing indent. So those are just indent options. And then we also have this sort utility that is available in Microsoft Office Word, which will allow you to do some sorting. So sorting is just like you want to rearrange a group of words in some kind of order. So let's assume that down here I have some names. I have Bernard. I have Joe. I have maybe Alicia. Maybe I have Charlie. I have maybe others like Goretti. So these are some of the names that I have created in here. So maybe you want to ensure that these names are in some kind of order, maybe alphabetical order. So what you're supposed to do is you have to ensure that those names are highlighted first. So you will come up here to this option, sort. which will allow you to arrange the selected documents in something like alphabetical order. If they are numbers, then it is going to be arranged maybe from lowest to highest or from highest to lowest. So for you to do sorting, you will just come and click on this, and then this sort text window is going to pop up, and then you will have to come and then choose put the criteria under which you are doing the sorting. So you're sorting by paragraph. Each and every line is almost considered as a paragraph. And then what are you sorting? Of course, we are sorting text. That is why within this section, you will be able to see that it is text. And then here, we will have the order now with which you want to do the sorting, whether it is going to be in ascending, which is A to Z, or it is in descending, which is Z to A. So you can choose. Right now, I want to do the sorting in ascending order, A, B, C, D kind of format. So I will just click on OK. And then as you can see, the order of these names have changed in that it is A, B, C, like that. So it is in alphabetical order, and then the order is ascending order. So let's move out to the styles section in here. So within the styles section here, we have got different heading styles that we can be able to apply to the headings that are going to be in our document. So let's assume that we have a document. Let me first auto-generate some document using the code that I had used earlier. Maybe I want to have a document like this one. So this is now my document. So let's assume that I am going to add some headings to this document. So let's assume that we have maybe the title here is going to be maybe cybersecurity, and then maybe there is going to be other subheadings in here. Maybe under here we want to talk about attack types. And then under here we want to talk about maybe we want to just talk about things like this. Okay, we were talking about attack types here. Let's just assume that here we want to talk about maybe DOS attack, those different types of attacks. So let me just put my cursor there, and then ensure that here we have maybe something like DOS attack. So these are the different attack types. Maybe we also have another attack type here. Maybe it is going to be an attack type known as man-in-the-middle attack. So maybe these are the different attack types in here, and then this is our document that we have just created. So in our document we have got some headings, and then we have got some subheadings also. So we always have to apply these heading styles to our headings that are in our document. So in fact, the reason as to why these styles are here is for us to generate what we term as an automatic table of content. So for you to generate an automatic table of content, you will have to ensure that each and every heading style each and every heading in your document has got an appropriate heading style that has been applied to it. So you can also just select all these all at once while holding your shift key after each and every selection. So I have selected this one, and then now I'm holding my control key, but I'm selecting these also. So I want to generate an automatic table of content that is containing all these things. So right now, to do that, we first have to ensure that we apply a heading style to these headings that are in our document. So I will just click on this heading 1, and then it is going to apply to all this. So the next thing is now we want to now insert an automatic table of contents. So to be able to do that, you will have to ensure that you position your pointer where you want to insert that table of content. So I want the table of content to be the first thing up here, so that it is going to push these content down a little bit. So to do that, you have to go to references. So when you click on references, there is going to be this option of table of contents. So you will just click on the drop down arrow. So under there, you will be able to have automatic table 1, automatic table 2, manual table. So you can use any of these automatic tables to insert an automatic table of content. So I am going to click on automatic table 2 for my case. So when I click on it, you will be able to see that it is going to insert for us a table of content in this case. So I can just maybe break this page, and then this is going to go down to the next page, so that I can remain only with my table of content up here. So let me just click on this insert tab and click on page break. So it is going to take that down. So right now we have our table of content already here with each and everything. Maybe you want to follow to where this content is, DOS attack. You can just press Ctrl key and you click on to follow that link. So I press Ctrl key and click to follow the link. So when I click on that, it is going to take me straight to that, simply because these things do work on hyperlink, or it works based on the concept of hyperlink. So let us try to get back to the home tab so that we can wrap things up. So the only group that we are remaining with is the editing group. So within the editing group here, you can be able to find a particular word that maybe has appeared multiple times in your document, and then you can replace it with another word of your choice. Think of it just this kind of way, that you have a document of maybe 200 pages, and then there is this particular word that has appeared multiple times, almost in each and every page of your document, but then you want to replace it with another word, and you don't want to go through the hassle of scrolling through your work and then replacing it one at a time in each and every page. So you can just search for that particular word. You can find that particular word, and then you can replace it with another word. So let's assume that maybe we have this option for video. So we have the video word here, and we want to replace it maybe with animation or graphic, something like that. So I can just select this word or this keyword, and then I will come and click on find. So when I click on find, it is going to find that, or it is going to locate that particular word that is selected throughout my entire document. So we can just click on replace, so that we can now replace it with another word. So you will just come down here and then click on replace. So now I want to replace it with maybe a graphic or just animation. Let me type animation. So after typing the word that you want to replace it with, you can just come and click on replace or replace all. So when you click on replace only, it is going to replace only one word, video, with animation. But now we want all those options, video, or all those video words from this very document to be replaced with animation. So you need to click on replace all. So when I click on replace all, you can see this note down here that we have made 7 replacements. So indeed, Office has searched for this word, and it has found that we only have 7 video words, and then it has replaced it with animation. So I'll just click on no, because I don't want to continue searching for other words. But otherwise, if you want to continue searching, you can click on yes. I'm just going to click on no for that, and then I will click on close. So that is how you can be able to go about that. You can find a particular word, and then you can replace it with another word. So we also have this other last option under there, select. So this is going to allow you to select your document, or it is going to allow you to select objects that are within the document. So let's assume that you have inserted some shapes in here, or you have inserted some pictures in here. Those would be considered as objects. Let's assume that you want to highlight maybe the entire document. You can use this select option. Also, you click on select all, and then as you can see, it is similar to you pressing Ctrl A on your keyboard to highlight everything. So there is an option under there of select objects. So let me just try to insert some shapes in here. So let me pick this star. Oops, I have that star already there. And then let me pick any other shape, maybe this smiley. And then let me pick the symbol of do not cross. So let me just ensure that they have got different formattings, like shape fill. All right. So right now I wanted to show for you that last option of select objects. We already looked at select all, and I told you select all will only select or highlight the document. But now we have select objects. So select objects you will be able to select for you only the objects that are within this document. So when you click on select objects, it is going to select for you this object, as you can see. So that is just going to allow you to select the objects. And then there is also the selection pane, which will list for you your objects also. So when I click on that selection pane, it is trying to list all the objects that are within this document. Like right now, it is highlighting this smiley face too, simply because this is the selected one. If I just click on this from here, star, it is going to select for me the star. If I just click on this not allowed symbol, it's going to select for me not allowed from my document. And then we also have these eye symbols that are next to each and every object. So that will allow you to customize its visibility if you want it to be visible within the document, or you don't want it to be visible. Like maybe I don't want to view the star, I can click on it, and then from this selection pane, I can just come and then deselect on the symbol of the eye. So when I click on it, even from the document, it is going to disappear. Or I can also decide to hide all the objects from here and then show all the objects from that option. So this is all about the Home tab of Microsoft Office Word. So I truly believe this video has been informative for you. You can also go down there in case there is any suggestion. You can also drop it in the comments section there. And then that is how I always will be making new other videos that will match with your comments. So thank you so much for watching.